Now, one of the big dilemmas for our banks is how to engender customer loyalty at a time when virtually no one has face-to-face dealings with banks anymore. Today, the ANZ Bank launched its ANZ Plus app, which seeks to address the challenge of open banking, where customers own their own data and can shop around more easily. I caught up with ANZ's Chief Executive Shayne Elliott at today's launch and started asking him about the state of Australia's economy.
Well, we think the economy's in really good shape, actually. Yes, there's a little bit of debt out there, but there's also enormous amounts of liquidity and cash. So we just look and we see it every day in our customers' account. Mums and dads, small businesses, big businesses, guess what? They may have a little bit more debt than they had before, but they've got mountains more cash. And the banks are really flooded with liquidity. So the economy is sort of a bit of a coiled spring. That money is ready to get deployed, and actually there is absolutely opportunity for even more leverage for the right kind of opportunities. What people need is a bit of confidence, and that's really to do with things like the dreadful situation in Ukraine and a little bit of uncertainty about is there another variant, etc. But once those things get put aside, we really are very, very optimistic about the future.
How do you imagine in future that extra savings, how is it going to be deployed?
We talk to small businesses, as I said, they're sitting on their hands a little bit, they're sitting on lots of cash. They're ready and able. It comes down to this issue about confidence, and we've seen this divergence, right? The economy unemployment remarkably low. As I said, lots of cash, easy to get debt if you want to borrow from a bank and all that other stuff. But actually, confidence remains sort of lower than you would expect at a time like this. So, and that can turn pretty quickly.
Okay, there's an enormous technical change coming up and competition in many ways. Banks face that. You and I have talked often about how do you make a customer loyal if they never go to a bank branch, they never have a personal interaction. How do you do that?
Well, you do it by giving them the things that they want. And what we've done the research on, is that people want help at leading a better financial life. And actually, today, sadly, you have to work against the banks in order to do that. So people want simple things. Tell me how to save more money. Make sure I don't have lazy balances lying around that aren't earning the right amount of interest. Help me own my home faster. And so that's why, we're here today actually launching a new service, ANZ Plus, which really is fundamentally grounded in this idea of how to improve customers' financial well-being or their financial health. That's what they want. And they look to banks actually to help them do that. And frankly, they've been disappointed because we haven't done a good job on it.
Because banks traditionally are set and forget. In other words, you get a customer, you forget the customer works out what they need, what they do. So is this about trying to address this in the new technological age where a person never walks into a bank branch?
Well, they can walk into a bank branch if they so choose, but yes, they don't. And look, technology's been a great thing, right? And it's trained all of us to think differently about services. We want everything 24/7. I don't want to go to when the bank tells me it's open. I want to do it when I want to do it, right? I actually like self-service. I want to do the things myself, yeah? And so it's really about putting the tools into people's hands that are delightfully easy to use, engaging, and actually give people what they want.